Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy, and by McMurray Van. Rent local with McMurray Van and Car Rental. We offer the perfect vehicle for any need. Proudly serving Alabama. Visit us today for a hassle-free rental experience. Now, live from Baumhower's Victory Grille in Tuscaloosa, this is Hey Coach.
Welcome, everybody, to Hey Coach, presented by Alfa Insurance. Auto, home, life, business. Alfa Insurance covers it all. AlfaInsurance.com. I'm Chris Stewart. Glad to have you with us here at Baumhower's Victory Grille, the official watch party location of the Crimson Tide. Thanks to our crew. Todd Robbins filling in tonight for Tom Stipe. Brett Otto manning the controls along with Jerry Kelly back in our CTSN studios. Our social media outlets are able to follow us on video stream thanks to the work of Ethan Carabin. We got a full show tonight as usual and a very good lineup as well. We're going to start things off talking Alabama rowing with head coach Glenn Putre. He'll be with us here very shortly, talking about Alabama opening its season last weekend with a victory against Eastern Michigan and the fact that rowing is now officially an SEC-sponsored sport. So we're no longer in the Big 12 for that. We have an SEC schedule, and we look forward to talking about that and learning more about what's going on with the program with Coach Putre coming up in just a few minutes. Also, in this hour, we're going to talk with Aiden Holloway of the Crimson Tide, standout guard, who is hopefully going to be a big part of a great stretch run here, a tough one, of course, in Knoxville over the weekend, but the Tide with a game, its final home game, believe it or not, of the season, coming up on Wednesday as Bama will play host to the Florida Gators. It's the 5th-ranked Gators, and then it's top-ranked Auburn on Saturday. We'll talk about that with Aiden, but also head coach Nate Oats joining us live here at Baumhower's Victory Grille to discuss that as well. Also, for everything going on with Alabama athletics, check out Crimson Drive. That's Thursday afternoons. Roger Hoover, your host, on all of our CTSN social media outlets. Crimson Drive live Thursdays at 2 Central. Join us on the latest for Alabama athletics. And I do want to remind you that if you're keeping up with everything Alabama, you can do that through the Crimson Tide mobile app presented by Cadence Bank. It's available at the App Store and at Google Play. Download that Alabama Crimson Tide mobile app right now for free. Hey, we've got the remaining men's game coming up this weekend, but also gymnastics meets at Coleman Coliseum. Fans, be sure to stop by any of the merchandise stands there to purchase your limited edition Yeti tumbler. Our newest Crimson Tide themed Yetis are available only at Coleman Coliseum during our home events while supplies last. Yeti, a proud partner of the Crimson Tide. And for you fans in North Alabama and all over the state, really, the New Wave meet and greet with Ryan Williams and Jalen Mbakwe has been rescheduled. It's now set for Saturday, March 29th at Sand Mountain Park and Amphitheater up in Albertville, Alabama. Ryan and Jalen will now be at Sand Mountain Park from 2 p.m. until 3 p.m. Saturday, March 29th to meet Bama fans, sign autographs, and pose for photos as well. So mark your calendars for that new date of Saturday, March 29th. When we come back, we are taking it to the river. We're talking with Glenn Putre, the rowing coach for the Crimson Tide. It's coming your way next here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Your moment has arrived. It's time to shed the normal day-to-day version of yourself and let your most fabulous self loose. Make your way to Wind Creek Wetumpka, because whatever your idea of fabulous is, this is where you'll find it. Wind Creek Wetumpka. It's your kind of fabulous. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Don't let pests invade your home this season. Give them the full court press by calling Cook's Pest Control. Cook's proven pest control methods and Centricron termite control system protect your home from unwanted pests and are backed by a 110% guarantee. Nobody is more thorough, courteous, or on time, except maybe me, Mark Sears. Trust Cook's Pest Control, the South's most trusted name in pest control for over 90 years.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
CB&S Bank has a long history of stability and a legacy of serving our community's needs for generations. You could say we know a thing or two about tradition. We've been family, community, and financially strong since we began in 1906. Being a team player is part of our culture. That's why at CB&S Bank, we're proud to sponsor the University of Alabama Athletics and prouder to take the field or court with you. Visit cbsbank.com today.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
The Alabama Education Association is the member-driven voice of Alabama's education employees. AEA members are teachers, education support professionals, administrators, professors, future teachers, and education retirees. Joining the Alabama Education Association has never been easier. Use their new online membership for a fast, safe, and secure way to join today. Visit myaea.org to learn more.
Hey there, everybody. Bob Baumhower here, letting you know that we understand that times are tough and we truly believe value matters. So, by popular demand, we brought back our Inflation Bites menu featuring scratch-made meals that will make the whole family smile and your wallet, too. Menu items start at just $7.99 and any entree comes with a free beverage. Try our classic tailgate burger for just $8.99 or our hearty Bam Bam chicken platter for $9.99. Baumhower's Victory Grill. Legendary fun, legendary food.
This segment of Hey Coach is presented by Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and irresistibly tasty. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? You try and decide. Chris Stewart back with you at Baumhower's Victory Grill. So glad to have you join us for another edition of Hey Coach. And pleased to welcome back in the rowing coach at the University of Alabama, Coach Glenn Putre. Coach, good to see you. As always, warming up a little, breeze. So, yeah, we think about the water a little bit, and it is that time.
I was on the lake yesterday. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was a little chilly.
A little chilly, but beautiful nonetheless. It's from a seasonal standpoint, you get some cold. It reminds me very much of baseball. Your starts are the same, baseball and softball. When you're outside, you're starting in the cold. You're really not thinking of it being that tight. But by the time you get finished, you actually have some pretty good weather, don't you?
Well, until daylight savings comes around and we go back into the dark for a couple of weeks.
That's a good point. Good point.
But yeah, it's been really nice at least last week. The week before was chilly. We are not set up for sub freezing temperatures.
Sure.
But to get out there and get the sunlight as you're getting towards it. Excuse me.
Understand. We'll kill your mic there for a second. Let you clear your throat a little bit. It happens. It did me last week, right about this time.
Sorry about that, but
no problem.
It's beautiful out there.
Did you swallow some water? Is that what you fell out of the boat, swallowed the water a little bit, got choked up over it? All right, let's talk about last week. And it was a great start. You had Eastern Michigan coming in, and again, you see them a lot, or they come to this area a lot during early March, and not surprised they're trying to get off of ice, I would imagine. And we think it's cold. They think it's springtime when it's around freezing. That's about as warm as they get.
100%. They had 12 inches of ice on their lake, so they weren't going to get out there for a while. And they come down here for spring break, and it works for everyone. They get some great training. We get somebody to compete against early on, and this early in the season, we are still deep into our training. So to have a competition where we can race multiple times, gain some fitness, look at some things, see what our teams look like against somebody else, because they race each other every day. And we learn a lot. And then we really start ramping up the competition, pretty much every 2 weeks.
Sure.
All the way through conference championship.
We do this every year, and I need the refresher, but for our audience, so much of which is not familiar with your sport and really what transpires with it. And from a scholarship standpoint, roster standpoint, just how big the roster is and how many student athletes do represent the Crimson Tide as part of the rowing program.
Yeah, we have 66 on the team right now, and we've had as many as 100 in the fall.
Wow.
So, yeah, we have a lot of people. And one of the, I tell you this, I think every time we speak, the thing that I think is still really cool about our sport is that you don't have to do it in high school to be able to do it in college.
Right.
You just have to be willing to work hard and have an athletic background, and we'll teach you.
Right.
We had in our top boat this weekend, we had 2 athletes that never rowed before they got to Alabama, and now they're on our first date.
How rare is it to have someone come in who is experienced, especially from a competitive level in rowing?
You mean how rare is it?
How rare is it to come in with experience? Because you're talking about you don't have to have a background to be involved, but so how rare is it to have someone who has done this for more than a year or two?
I don't think it's rare to have somebody who's done it for a year or two. It's rare to have somebody from Alabama.
Yeah.
We still recruit from all over the country and all over the world, so the people we're bringing in, the core of our team, are people who have rowed.
Okay.
And we've been fortunate to have athletes that want to wear the script A and are willing to work hard for it to be a part of, athletics, and they'll come from a lot of different sports, and they do great.
So let's talk about what you've got coming up, because you did have the competition against Eastern Michigan, but you've got senior class recognition. Is it coming up, or is it what you just had, Coach?
We just had it. No problem. We just had our senior recognition. We only have one home event a year, so that was this past weekend. Fortunately, we had beautiful weather. We recognized 14 seniors, and one of the things that I said to everyone before we introduced them is how this group has really persevered through a lot of adversity.
Right.
There's not a single athlete in this group that had everything go the way they expected it to go, whether it's physical growth or injury or illness. I mean, they've encountered it all,
Right.
And there's been a lot of times where they could have really succumbed to those adverse events, and the thing that's made them great is that they persevered. And as I said on Saturday, I believe they're going to be a lot stronger because of this, their ability to get through it all.
One of the things I would imagine you're most excited about with the program is the fact that it is now an SEC competitor. You've represented the University of Alabama, but in the Big 12, and maybe as an independent before that, I can't remember, but Big 12 most recently. Now there are enough teams where the SEC is able to sanction it. So talk about what that's like and what it means for your program.
Again, I think the first thing is we don't have to explain, who we compete against each other anymore.
Right.
Why
you're in the Big 12.
Why are we in the Big 12? My first year here, I was Big 12 Coach of the Year, and I think every time Greg Byrne had to explain this or introduce me, he's like, and rowing's in the Big 12. That makes things a lot cleaner.
Sure.
I think for our athletes, the idea of competing for what all their other athletic peers are competing for is really empowering. Because now we can talk about, they can talk with their athletic friends about their goals, their dreams. We're going for an SEC championship. And that's, I've seen pictures of the trophy. One of the unique things about the SEC championship trophy is that it's unique to every sport.
Right.
So this first year, there's going to be an SEC championship trophy with a rowing boat on it.
First time ever.
First time ever.
How many schools are we looking at now? And I know you're still in the infancy stages of the sport growing, even though it is now a conference sanctioned sport or sponsored sport. But where are you now in the membership? Is it 4?
We have 4.
Okay.
And it's Texas, the defending national champion, Tennessee, who finished 3rd at the national championship, ourselves, and Oklahoma.
So, again, you didn't just go with conference rivals. You went big-time rivals.
Yeah.
We go Texas, Oklahoma, Tennessee.
And the thing is, we've been racing them.
Right.
They were all part of the Big 12. We're all in the Big 12 together. So
now all shift to
and
the
we've been
SEC.
finishing 1st through 4th every year. So I think the Big 12 was pretty tired of SEC schools winning their conference
I'm tired
championship.
of y'all taking it.
And that's why they kicked us out.
Understand. Coach, we've got the championships coming up in May. That'll be in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. And again, not Rolltide, rolltide.com is the website for Alabama Athletics. They can go there to learn more information. Always great to see you. Appreciate you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Excited for the start that you've gotten, and look forward to great things to come.
I'm happy to come back anytime. Invite me back in April. We'll have more to talk about.
We'll do it. Thanks so much. Coach Glenn Putre, Alabama Rowing, kind enough to join us here from Baumhower's Victory Grill. And by the way, if you love Baumhower's chili, you're in luck. They've got special dishes now at Baumhower's Victory Grill, served with their signature BB's homemade chili, including chili cheese nachos, a char-grilled chili cheese potato stack, and loaded chili cheese fries. Baumhower's legendary fun, legendary food. We're back with more in a moment on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Domino's delivers game day across Tuscaloosa and the surrounding area. Locally owned in Tuscaloosa for 30-plus years, the team at Domino's is proud to be a supporter of Alabama basketball and athletics across the capstone. Domino's would like to thank our customers for supporting our local business for over 30 years. Make Domino's your choice on game days year-round. Domino's is proud to deliver your Alabama Crimson Tide game days anytime. Just visit RollDomino's.com. Thanks for your business and Roll Tide.
See the call as we make the call. Watch the Courtside Cam presented by NASCAR for each Alabama home basketball game. Streaming live on all CTSN social media platforms, you can get a front row seat to every big play and every reaction from the Alabama radio crew for men's and women's basketball. Watch on YouTube, Facebook, and X at UA_CTSN.
Wide open 9, left corner 3. Switch!
Barkley makes it easy.
Get ready to rev up your engines and feel the excitement at Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac. We've got the perfect ride to match your style and adventure. Visit us at our showroom at Skyland Boulevard and let our friendly team help you find the vehicle of your dreams. Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac, where hometown pride and unbeatable deals collide. Drive with passion with Barkley. Visit us today or check us out online at barkleygmc.com.
Barkley makes it easy.
Hey, Bama fans. Tuscaloosa Drug Company is a proud supporter of Crimson Tide Athletics. We've been serving our community and the University Athletic Department for over a decade. There are 3 locations in the Tuscaloosa and Northport area to serve you. We understand the importance of prompt and efficient service. That's why we strive to provide service that you can rely on, where we know you by name. The next time you have a medication need, call who the Tide calls, Tuscaloosa Drug.
The Alabama Insider Podcast is the official podcast of Crimson Tide Athletics. Catch full episodes of Hey Coach and the Kalen DeBoer Show, Crimson Tide Rewind, Crimson Tide Today Daily Reports, plus full interviews from Crimson Drive driven by NASCAR. Download and subscribe to the Alabama Insider Podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and all podcast platforms. Roll Tide with the Alabama Insider Podcast.
Looking to make a statement? Fast Signs of Tuscaloosa is where you can make your statement with our incredible range of signs and graphics. You can say anything, do anything, be anything. So make your statement with Fast Signs. Stop in today or visit fastsigns.com. A proud partner of Alabama Athletics. Let's create something amazing together.
Welcome back, everybody, to Hey Coach, presented by Alfa Insurance. Alabama Gymnastics is coming off a big win over Arkansas, becoming the first road team this season to win in Fayetteville. The Tide returns home Friday. That's March 7th for a matchup with the Florida Gators. Senior Night highlights the annual Capes and Crowns Night. Purchase your tickets online at rolltide.com. Congratulations again to the Crimson Tide Gymnastics team, that win in Fayetteville, and then back home on Friday, Senior Night at Coleman Coliseum. If you got a question this evening, give us a call on the McMurray Van and Car Rental hotline at 877-202-BAMA. Rent local with McMurray Van and Car Rental. We offer the perfect vehicle for any need proudly serving Alabama. Just visit us today for a hassle-free rental experience. Coming up in just a few moments, we're going to be joined by Alabama guard Aiden Holloway. We still got our Everwood Performance of the Week coming up as well. Stay with us. We're back in just a moment on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
When the game goes into overtime, but the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for T-Town. The University of Alabama Regions Visa Debit Card and Prepaid Regions Now Card. They're a win for your wallet and a big roll tide, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Tide pride? Order your card now at regions.com/GoBama. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
I'm Coach Nate Oats, and this is the Ford F-Series Highlight Show. Talk about an outstanding lineup. Ford F-150 and Ford Super Duty deliver impressive power and game-changing capability. That's why I'm a fan of Ford F-Series, America's best-selling truck for 47 consecutive years. For the latest offers on a Ford truck, go to buyfordnow.com or visit your local Ford dealer. Proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide. Roll Tide.
Based on 1977 to 2023 CY industry reported total sales.
Being a Chevron car these days has been quite the adventure. Miami to Seattle, ocean to ocean. I've stopped at so many states and collected so many bumper stickers. Sometimes I feel like a moving passport book. It's just so great what I can do with Chevron with Techron, because it gives me unbeatable mileage and keeps my engine clean. Plus, there are so many Chevrons along the way. Now the only thing I'm worried about is where to go next and where to put all my new bumper stickers. Chevron with Techron, fueled by possibility.
If you're looking for the best selection in Crimson Tide apparel, look no further than the Soup Store. The Soup Store is every Bama fan's ultimate destination for the hottest gear and accessories, with 3 great locations around campus to serve you: in Tuscaloosa on campus at the University Student Center, on the Strip in front of Bryant-Denny Stadium, and on Bryant Drive. If you can't get to Tuscaloosa, shop the Soup Store online at soupstore.ua.edu. The Soup Store is a proud partner of Alabama Athletics.
When it comes to land care, you need equipment that's a slam dunk every time. At Tri-Green Equipment, we provide the tried and true support you need for your John Deere gear. Just like the Alabama Crimson Tide, we're always ready to assist you in making those game-winning plays. Visit us today and experience the unbeatable support that keeps you in the game. Tri-Green Equipment, proud sponsor of Crimson Tide basketball.
Welcome back to Hey Coach. It's presented by Alfa Insurance, and this segment's presented by Homewood Suites by Hilton in downtown Tuscaloosa. Make yourself at home, stay in comfort, and enjoy the great options of the on-site 205 restaurant and bar. Homewood Suites by Hilton in Tuscaloosa, proud preferred hotel partner of the Crimson Tide. Hey, Bama baseball scheduled to play tomorrow at 6 o'clock in Jacksonville, Alabama, against the Gamecocks of Jacksonville State. That's been moved up to a 3:30 first pitch. They got, of course, we all have the threat of bad weather tomorrow night and throughout the course of the day potentially, but they've moved the start time up to 3:30 to try to avoid that as best they possibly can. So Tuesday, March 4th, tomorrow, Alabama baseball at Jacksonville State, now with a 3:30 first pitch rather than the previously announced 6 o'clock start time for that one. And speaking of Bama baseball, the Everwood Performance of the Week goes to the Bama baseball team that's won its first 12 games to open the 2025 season. That's the third longest winning streak to open a new season in program history. The Tide's 12-0 start to the 2025 campaign stands as the longest win streak to begin a new season since Alabama went 14-0 back in 2020. the Bama baseball team, your Everwood Performance of the Week. Everwood, wood treated right. Hey Coach, again presented by Alfa Insurance. Auto, home, life, business. Alfa Insurance covers it all. AlfaInsurance.com. We're coming back with more Hey Coach in just a moment on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
You can find all Crimson Tide Sports Network video content online on the CTSN YouTube page. It's the home of the live courtside cam, episodes of Crimson Drive driven by NASCAR, plus Hey Coach. Our YouTube shorts will deliver thrilling Alabama radio highlights, plus interview clips from Alabama student athletes and coaches that you can't miss. Subscribe to the Crimson Tide Sports Network on YouTube for the very latest on the Alabama Crimson Tide. Hey Bama fans, this is Roger Hoover. Each Thursday at 2 p.m. Central, join us live for Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR. This live streaming talk show features the latest on Alabama athletics, with exclusive conversations with Tide student athletes, coaches, and media members giving their perspective on the Crimson Tide. You can watch on YouTube, Facebook, and X, with all conversations archived as well on the Alabama Insider podcast. Roll Tide with Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR.
Crimson Tide fans, this season don't lose out on your home comfort. Brown Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical is a proud partner of Alabama Athletics and has been delivering the highest standards in home comfort across Birmingham for over 60 years. If you're looking for a great team and elite service from a quality company that cares, you can't miss with Brown in Birmingham. Score big this year with Brown Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. Visit brownheatingandcooling.com/specials to save on your next service. Roll Tide!
I was diagnosed with breast cancer last year and had chemo and radiation at DCH's Lewis and Fay Madison Cancer Center. I'm thankful for the support of my nurse Kate, my breast navigator Katrina, my doctors, and the whole staff. I have felt confident like I was the most important person there, before, during, and after. Tuscaloosa is blessed to have such an excellent team at the Madison Cancer Center.
Great things are happening at DCH.
1225 is your ultimate game day destination. Catch the game on one of their 35 big-screen high-def TVs, combined with an extensive menu of mouth-watering food and refreshing drinks. Juicy burgers, crispy wings, craft beers, signature cocktails. 1225, where the energy is high, the screens are massive, and the excitement is contagious. Visit 1225 on the Strip in Tuscaloosa, less than 2 blocks from Bryant-Denny Stadium. 1225 Sports Bar, where sports, food, and fun collide.
Tired of being just another patient at your chain pharmacy? Make the switch to Payless Drugs. With 5 convenient locations in Bessemer, Birmingham, Fairfield, Morris, and Springfield, our knowledgeable team can provide personalized medication reviews and supplement recommendations, deliver medications to your door, and more. Visit mypaylessdrugs.com to transfer today. We're just what the doctor ordered.
Bama works it near side to Sears in the corner. Holloway for 3. Bottom. Boy, wide open. Knocking home the bank first 3. As we've learned, it doesn't always matter if he's wide open or not. He may be better shooting it when he's being guarded. Aiden Holloway joining us now here at Baumhower's Victory Grille. Aiden, I know it's always good to see that ball go through the net, but it's funny how it works sometimes. The more open you are, it seems like the goal shrinks a little bit. If you got somebody on you and you got to maneuver around them, it seems like you're a little more comfortable there. What's the deal with that?
Yeah, it's usually how it works in basketball. It's like if you're open, then you're open for a reason. So
right.
Sometimes that can kind of get to your head a little bit, but you got to just kind of shoot every shot the same and just live with the results.
We both know, though. We both know, though, if you're left open, it ain't a reason. It's a mistake. And they're just praying it doesn't go in. I know, obviously, the other day was disappointing. Game that looked like you had won, and it didn't end the way we wanted it to. Talk to me about what Sunday and today have been like for this team, though, trying to get back from the loss to Tennessee.
We've just been trying to take these days to just, like, not get too down on ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We lost a game, a winnable game to a good Tennessee team on the road, but coaches just doing a good job of just not like letting us get too down on ourselves and count ourselves out over one loss. Like, it's just one loss. We got a lot of basketball left to play, and we got to finish out the season super strong. So
disappointing how it finished, but I do want to get your thoughts. And this is not the first time. You've been playing in environments like this all year. That's a big arena. They got about 22,000 that they can pack into that place. They were into it especially late. When you quiet a crowd, though, especially on a shot you make, how cool is that? How special is that?
it's a good feeling, but it's not a better feeling than coming out like with a win at the end of the game. So it's definitely a good feeling, though. I'm not going to take nothing away from it. That's a good feeling. I would like people to like experience that, but yeah.
Fun in the moment, but again, you're going for that good feeling leaving with that. Talk to me about a guy like Chris Youngblood, who, like you, is in his first year in this program, but he is a veteran who's been through a lot of stuff, played a lot of college basketball, and you have too by now, but you know what I'm saying. He's a veteran senior. Talk about
a lot of points.
Yeah, talk to me about what that guy's like, because I would think he is somebody you can learn a lot from playing the position, but also the fact he's been through some things for a couple more years than you have.
Definitely. I would just say that I take like his respect and love for the game, just how he treats it, and just like what he gets his message across to the team is like just like respect the game, like on the little things, no matter the score. Like it's all about habits and just respecting the game in that aspect of it. And he does like a great job like of doing that with us. Like I know with me, he did that to me one time. We were winning the game by like I think 30 or something, and he was, "Come on, Biz, you gotta do this, you gotta do that." I'm getting annoyed, but then I had to take a second to think like he really saying something that's like truthful. So very appreciative for Seawall. That's my dog. So.
I'm glad you mentioned it. I'm glad you said what you did, because I've been meaning to ask. So the nickname is Biz, right? B-I-Z. Can you tell us the background on that?
Man, so it's not really a crazy story. I kind of just, my friends, they've been calling me that since about like 3rd grade, and it was just very random.
Just stuck.
It kind of doesn't have anything to do with business or anything. It's just, I just got the name Biz somehow.
See, I'm old, so I thought maybe it was the rapper Biz Markie?
No.
Okay,
no.
I was just checking. Are you proud of me that I even went there? Pretty good. You weren't expecting that from me.
I barely know him.
I know. That's just because I'm so old. Yeah. I went old school rap on you there. Let's talk about this team and kind of how you guys are ready to rally. And not trying to speak for you by any stretch, but I got a feeling that's a lot of what you guys are talking about, because you've already had one with Tennessee, but Florida next, and then Auburn, of course, before you go into the SEC tournament, which is going to be as tough as anything in the NCAAs that you guys are going to face as well.
Yep. Florida and Tennessee, the game that just passed, and Florida and Auburn are just 3 games in a row to just get us ready for the SEC tournament. We trying to go in and come out with a win, and the rest of our games that we got for the regular season, but we getting ready to make that big push to end out the season strong.
I got to ask you, too. I asked you about Chris Youngblood, but I got to ask you about a guy who we all respect in Mark Sears, and another honor for him. He's on the list for the Cousy Award, one of the finalists. Not a surprise. If you're going to have one for one of the best guards in the nation, then he's got to be on it. But just what he has meant to you and what it's like to play with a guy who's as skilled and accomplished as he is.
I would say with him, it just go into the everyday, like just the practices, the workouts after practice, just staying locked in on the details and just the importance of the work. Like he shows me just like the importance of the work. He just is in the gym all the time, working on his shot, very detailed, working on his skill work. It's just that whole it comes from the work. That's what I really get from him.
Sure.
So
awesome. Great stuff. We're going to let you enjoy some lemonade, probably a little dinner for you as well.
Yep.
Always great to see you. Appreciate the time.
Great to see you, too.
Thanks so much.
You, brother.
Aiden Holloway joining us here from Baumhower's Victory Grill. We're coming back. Coach Nate Oats with us the rest of the way as you listen to our show presented by Alfa Insurance. Auto, home, life, business. Alfa Insurance covers it all. AlfaInsurance.com. We're back with the coach next on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
I'm Coach Nate Oats, and this is the Ford F-150 Highlight Show. To stay on top, you got to keep raising your game, just like the 2024 Ford F-150, the smartest, most connected F-150 ever. Ford offers impressive technology to help you get the job done in the smartest way possible. For the latest offers on a Ford F-150, go to buyfordnow.com or visit your local Ford dealer. Proud sponsors of the Crimson Tide. Roll Tide.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End of friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Don't stop planning for your future. Don't stop investing in your kids' education. Don't stop dreaming of that new home. And don't stop growing your business. Whatever you're passionate or dreaming about, don't stop. Because when you have a bank you can trust, you have the confidence to take on tomorrow. Speak with a Trustmark associate today for advice on achieving your goals. Trustmark. People you trust, advice that works. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You know that feeling when you're doing what you love? You're in the zone, truly and fully alive, lost in thought. You know what you're not thinking about? Insurance. That's where Alfa comes in. Alfa handles all things insurance, so you're free to do anything. So get out there and live your best life. Whatever your thing is, we've got you covered. That's life with Alfa Insurance. Visit alfainsurance.com to learn more.
Producing championship quality lumber is not an easy process, but at Everwood Preserving, it's our only process. Wood treated right. Everwood offers top-notch pressure-treated wood for decks, outdoor structures, commercial jobs, and more that you can build your reputation on. When it comes to quality, we're on the winning team. Visit your local Everwood dealer today and discover the difference for yourself. Everwood Preserving Incorporated, the official lumber of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Weaving through traffic down the lane, lost it. Phylon to steal, pushes it ahead. Phylon right at Milicic, plays it up, good. LeBaron Phylon got it to go. Bama leads by 3. 1:10 remaining. Alabama, a great ball game with Tennessee. One of the marquee matchup in college hoops over the weekend. So close, unfortunately, didn't go our way, but 2 more opportunities against top 5 teams this week. It's Florida coming to town on Wednesday night for the final home game of the regular season, a 6 o'clock tip, senior night at Coleman Coliseum. Then, of course, Saturday, we're on the plains of Auburn against the top-ranked Tigers. Joined now here at Baumhower's Victory Grille on Hey Coach with Coach Nate Oats. Coach, always good to see you, sir.
Good to see you. Got one more home game. It's going to be a good one against Florida. They're good, so we got to come out and play well. So we played really well at Tennessee. We just didn't close it like we needed to.
You've talked about what didn't go right down the stretch, but talk to me about the things that you can build off of that put you in position to have a chance down the stretch and not just have a chance, be in the lead.
I thought we did as good a job since maybe I've been here. I think the COVID year we won down there, but outside of that, and they weren't as good then. They were ranked high then, but they kind of fell off as the year went on. So since that year, so in the last 4 years, that was the best job we've done at their place, handling their physicality, not turning the ball over, getting quality shots. Did a good job on the old boards, particularly in the second half. So I thought the physicality we handled well. we it's the most points I think we've ever scored on them, and we didn't even shoot free throws that well, and we didn't finish at the rim nearly as well as we would have. So there was a lot of things went well to put the amount of points up we did against the number one defense in the country, and I thought defensively we were pretty good for large stretches. I thought we did a good job on Ziegler at times with certain matchups and Lanier at times. So there's a lot to build on. If we see him again, I think we've got some things that went well, and we've got some things we got to fix.
You talked going into the game about the respect you have for Rick Barnes, and I'm bringing up what I'm bringing up not to pour salt in the wound, but to ask if you've talked with him since then or he said anything, because you came out and said you felt like you should have gotten the timeout before the 5-second count that resulted in the turnover. I'm sure you saw, may have heard even. I could see it happening. Coach Barnes is trying to get a timeout on their final play and didn't get the timeout, and they make the shot to win. It's part of the game. It's part of coaching. Sometimes you push the right buttons. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you get lucky. You try to push a button, and it doesn't fire off, as was the case for him. And I know that's one that stings, but at the same time, you have to move on just like the players do, I'm assuming.
Yeah, no, we learned a lot from it. Coaching staff will be better. We'll be more organized on some end-of-game stuff, and have we were, and then you get some guys injured, guys playing well. That we needed to update it, and we're in the process of doing all that now. So there's certain things we got to do better. And have I talked to Rick since then? No, but I did talk to him right after. He's as cordial and gracious a winner as there is. He told me, he said, "Man, I was trying to call a timeout."
Right.
And I could see him trying to call. I hope they granted him that timeout before the ball went in, but they ignored him. Yeah. And there was no timeout. The ball went in. We lose. So you got to learn from it. We'll be better off for it if we can learn a few things. We'll be better off for it. They're in the game situations moving forward. We will not be SEC regular season champs. We're out of that mix. But we've got multiple championships to play for yet, and our goal is to be the best team we can be come the end of the year, and we're approaching that now. We've got 2 regular season games left, and then we got the SEC tournament, the NCAA tournament. So, we just got to get better every day, and that this gives us an opportunity to get better.
How the kids handled today, back at practice today, and we'll let you get a sip of water there and then talk about it.
I thought they were good. I thought the energy was good. I thought, it's a tough way to lose. We outplayed the team for 39 and a half minutes and gave it away. Stuff the players could have done better, and certainly lots of things that I could have done better. So, he came in, we owned it, we looked at it, we looked at stuff like, and I owned it. I got to be better here. I got to help you out better here. We got to do this better. We covered the end-of-game situation. End of half, too, to be honest with you. We gave up the and one. Probably shot a little too early. But, you also got to sprint back on defense, get stopped after you make the basket. So, we covered the end of half, end of game. We really just needed one more point in that whole deal, because if we'd have been up one where we weren't having to try to go for the bucket, it's a whole different story. So,
sure,
when you need one more point, it's a lot easier to, in my opinion, to learn from all the little detail stuff you got to be better at. So, covered in the half in the game, then we got to our normal, typical cleanup, covered stuff we did well, stuff we didn't do well, put the Florida scout in, and then we went to practice. I thought we had pretty good practice.
Good to hear. Not surprised at all to hear that. Tonight's first question from our Alabama 811 hotline. Coming up in just a second to help prevent injuries, outages, and loss of life. Call 811 or visit al811.com before you dig. It's free, it's simple, it's the law, and it's Pee-wee down in Grand Bay who's up first. Go ahead, Pee-wee.
Hey, Coach, how are you doing, sir?
Doing all right, Pee-wee. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, Coach. I actually retired from United Rentals last Wednesday, so I am out of the workforce.
So that probably means you'll be up here with more games then, I'm guessing, huh?
Oh, yes, sir. I'll be trying to make more of them. That's definitely a deal. Coach, what I wanted to ask you about was, very, very tough loss against Tennessee. We got the game coming up against Florida, which I would think that we really need to win to be able to hold one of the top 4 seeds in the SEC championship to get that double bye. And that's part of my question. How much of an advantage, besides the extra day off, is it for the teams with those double byes as far as scouting and being able to practice? What kind of difference is it between a single bye and the double bye?
Yeah, I mean, both times we've won the SEC tournament, we've had that double bye right to Friday. So I think it's a big advantage. I think it's really hard to win 4 games in a row. I think, we're trying to, we're trying to win every game, obviously, but I think it'd be big. If we can beat Florida, guarantee ourselves. I think if we beat Florida, we guarantee ourselves a top 3 seed,
right,
which would be great. So I think it's big. There's still a lot going on, a lot riding on this game, even if it's not in a regular season championship. So we've got a lot to play for. We need to play like that. Our energy needs to be like that. If we can guarantee ourselves a top 3 seed and put ourselves in the best chance to win the SEC tournament, that's what we're trying to do, because we're going to try to go to Nashville and win that thing.
Pete, we appreciate your phone call. Coach, the Gators are awfully good. I don't think a lot of people expected them to be where they are when the season started, but they hadn't gone anywhere. They got off to a great start, and they've stayed right there the whole way, and now one of the top 5 teams in the country as well.
No, they're really good. They've got 3 guards, average 17, 15, and 14. They're super deep in the front court. They're bigs, guard well, rebound well. They get to the old boards, so they know how to get their guards open. So we're going to have to do an unbelievable job on the guards with the scoring. We're going to have to do a great job on the bigs. We're going to have to try to stay out of foul trouble in the front court, because they've got a lot of depth there, especially when Lagden came off his red shirt. So, they're deep, they're good. We're going to have to play well.
When I look at the SEC tournament, Coach, when you get to Friday, it's going to be as competitive as any Elite 8, isn't it? I mean, those games there will rival anything we see at the NCAA tournament when you get down to that stretch?
I would think so. I mean, you think about who, if we're fortunate enough, to end up with a top 4 seed. I mean, who is it now? It's Auburn. They've pretty much wrapped up the 1 seed.
Right.
Then it's either going to be us, Tennessee, Florida. And Missouri's still in the mix,
I think they're still in the mix.
So, those are the top 5. So then who's 6, 7, and 8? Well, you got
Texas A&M, maybe?
A&M, Kentucky, Ole Miss, Mississippi State.
Right.
I mean, those teams have, Kentucky may be an 8 seed. They've already beat Duke, who's going to be a 1 seed in the NCAA tournament. So, do you want to be, if we end up being a 4 seed and you get Kentucky, I don't like,
right. We always, it doesn't matter what the formula is, we always seem to wind up with Kentucky. It's weird.
Yeah,
Not every year, just 2 out of every 3, it seems.
Yeah.
So.
If we get them, we'll have to figure it out, because they're pretty talented. But, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good teams that are going to be in that 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 range, even lower than that. I mean, Georgia's playing really well right now. What seed are they going to be? They just beat Florida. They're playing well.
Sure.
And they're going to be somewhere down, they're going to be down there too. So, yeah, it's going to be a tough tournament.
Down to our last couple of minutes with you. Where's the fine line of resting guys that are banged up but also staying sharp and I'm talking about leading up to games, because I know they're all competitors and these games all matter, so it's all hands on deck that can go. But in terms of practice for those games, how tough is that to watch?
Yeah, we've discussed it. We backed off the amount of live stuff. We're shorter on the live stuff. We have certain guys that just don't do live stuff certain days because of some minor injuries, banged up, they're getting checked out. So you got to stay sharp. If you don't practice at all, I don't think you stay sharp, but you also don't want to, put a guy that's a little injured, try to have him push through practice and not be able to go into games. At this point in March, the most important thing is we got everybody healthy and available for the games, and that's kind of our goal in practice now.
Last thing, always love to get a word from you about the young men that are here on the show. We had Aiden Holloway tonight. And, Coach, it's obvious his teammates love him, his current teammates. I thought it was pretty cool to see the reception that he got, when you played Auburn here in Tuscaloosa, the way those guys received him as well as you shaking hands after the game. To me, it just speaks to the quality of young man that he is and the popularity that he has of anybody that comes into contact with him.
Yeah, he's a super nice kid. I mean, he's likable. He works hard. He's a great teammate. I mean, when he doesn't have it going, he's cheering his teammates on. He's, he doesn't say anything bad about any of his teammates ever. He's not selfish. So for a kid as talented as him, as skilled as he is, to be as good as a teammate as he is, like that, you could tell why people like him. And he's one of the best shooters I've ever been around. He can handle pass. Talk about pass, dribble, shoot. He's one of the better ones in the country at it. So it's been a huge addition to our team. We need him to knock down a bunch of shots on Wednesday and Saturday at Auburn, back where he played a lot of games his freshman year. So hopefully he's comfortable in there. But he's been great. And all of his teammates love him. He's a great guy to have in the program. He's a nice kid off the floor, too. I mean, he doesn't cause any issues at all. He's been a joy to have in our program.
Final home game on Wednesday, Senior Day as well. Do we really have to say goodbye to Mark Sears?
Yeah, he's been here. It seems like he's been here a little bit. It's hard to believe he played a couple of years at Ohio U before he came here. So, it'll be tough to say goodbye to him. Grant Nelson giving us 2 great years, and CY and Cliff are seniors. CY is from Tuscaloosa originally, and then Cliff's been great. So we got 4 seniors that I hope we pack that place out. And I just make a plug, like we're doing the senior night festivities after the game, so it's not a distraction going into the game. If everybody could just stay after the game and have that place packed for those seniors, that'd be great. If people don't empty out, no matter what the final outcome is, win, lose, no draws in basketball, but
right.
Win or lose, and whether up, tight game, late, whatever happens, just let's try to get everybody support those seniors on senior night after the game.
Coach, thank you for the time.
All right,
Appreciate
thanks,
it
Chris.
as always.
Appreciate it. Roll Tide.
Coach Nate Oats with us here at Baumhower's Victory Grill. We're coming back, wrapping it up in just a moment on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Each Monday night, join us for Hey Coach, presented by Alfa Insurance. Live at 6 p.m. Central from Baumhower's Victory Grill in Tuscaloosa. We'll talk Alabama athletics with Tide coaches and players, plus take your calls. Hey Coach is available to listen to across our radio network, the Varsity Network app, as well as a video stream on all CTSN social media platforms at UA_CTSN. Hey Coach, Mondays at 6 p.m. on the Crimson Tide Sports Network. See the call as we make the call. Watch the Courtside Cam presented by NASCAR for each Alabama home basketball game. Streaming live on all CTSN social media platforms, you can get a front row seat to every big play and every reaction from the Alabama radio crew for men's and women's basketball. Watch on YouTube, Facebook, and X at UA_CTSN.
Wide open 9, left corner 3. Switch! Hey Alabama, celebrate with JMF Solutions. With nearly 2 decades of innovation, JMF proudly announces its $6.3 million award for Alabama's middle mile broadband projects. But wait, there's more. Introducing Prestige HealthNet, revolutionizing hospital IT services. Prestige brings professional solutions to rural hospitals, saving costs and elevating healthcare standards. Visit PrestigeHealthNet.com or call 251-517-4411 to learn more. JMF Solutions and Prestige HealthNet, building a brighter future for Alabama together.
Founded in Haleyville, Alabama in 1965 by Hal and Melissa Guthrie, Guthrie's was America's first chicken finger restaurant. Guthrie still uses the family's original Southern fried chicken recipe in every chicken finger they serve. Fresh, hot, and fast. Guthrie's Golden Fried Chicken Fingers has been Alabama owned and operated since 1965, and Guthrie's is still growing strong. Come see us soon. Guthrie's, America's original chicken finger restaurant and an official partner of the Alabama Crimson Tide. For franchise information, visit Guthrie'sChicken.com.
Today's highlight is brought to you by Toyota. At home or on the road, they're never the underdog. Toyota, Let's go places. Get 1.99% APR for 36 months on a new 2024 Toyota Tacoma Hybrid. Offer valid through March 3rd, 2025. Zero down for well-qualified buyers with approved credit and financing through Southeast Toyota Finance. $28.64 monthly payment for every $1,000 finance. Excludes tax, tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
Sports bring us together. The sickness can keep us apart. Don't miss out on what matters most. Vaccines help keep you in the stands while we are on the court. Staying up to date on your vaccines, including for respiratory viruses, keeps you in the game, protecting yourself and those around you. Be here, be healthy. Visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM for more information.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Guthrie's Golden Fried Chicken Fingers, an Alabama tailgate tradition. Founded in Haleyville, Alabama in 1965, Guthrie's has been a Bama fan favorite for years. From your hometown to college towns all around, Guthrie's is still serving the family's original Southern fried chicken recipe just like always, fresh, hot, and fast. Make Guthrie's Golden Fried Chicken Fingers the MVP of your next tailgate. Guthrie's, America's original chicken finger restaurant and now an official partner of the Alabama Crimson Tide. For franchise information, visit Guthrie'sChicken.com.
Get game day ready with Alumni Hall, your ultimate Crimson Tide shopping experience. Shop Nike, top brands, tailgating gear. Head to Alumni Hall, Midtown Village, or shop alumnihall.com. Spend $150, you get 10 in rewards for your next purchase at Alumni Hall. Big thank you to Alfa Insurance. They present Hey Coach here from Baumhower's Victory Grill. Bama, Florida, Wednesday night, 6 o'clock tip. Airtime is at 5. Good night, everybody.